Good morning, I'm Ken Fong, and my other job, other than taking pictures, is I'm a pastor at Evergreen Baptist Church. But I wasn't raised to be a pastor, I was raised to be President of the United States. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. They couldn't find my birth certificate, though, so the fallback for a Chinese-American family is for you to go to med school. My grandfather was in the southern part of China, and he was taught by American Baptist missionaries how to speak English perfectly. There was Baptist missionaries present at his wedding to my grandmother, and then he immigrated as a young man to the United States in the 1860s. So that's why I was raised to be President of the United States. That didn't work out so well. Not only not being president, but also not being a doctor. I applied to dental school my junior year in college. Didn't get in, so my senior year I applied to be in the hospital administration program, not really knowing what that was. I didn't get into that. And all of a sudden, the person who was voted most likely to succeed, most likely to be a doctor, was graduating from Cal Berkeley with a bio degree and no idea anymore about what I was supposed to be. And I went home really with my head hanging down. I was the oldest son of my dad, who was the oldest son of his father. And my dad was just really kind of bewildered. It's like, why did I pay for a college education for a major that you don't plan to use? And it's like, I don't know. But in the meantime, Dad, just to keep you happy, I'll take a summer job at our little church, First Chinese Baptist Church, in Sacramento as the youth director. But I have no intentions of being a pastor, because even though I've appreciated and respected the pastors that I've had over the years at our little church, I'm too Americanized to actually ever be a pastor. All our pastors were bilingual, from Chinatown, something like that. Again, when you're raised to be President of the United States, pastor does not make the list. So the way it worked out was things really started clicking for me in spite of what I didn't want to do. I was like, this is my summer part-time job. And my pastor at the time was involved with the Asian American Baptist Caucus, if you remember that. And every other year, they would have a retreat at a place called Canyon Meadows in Southern California. Some of you might have been there. And the second year, the end of that first year, he invited me to come to the seminarians and pastors retreat that the caucus was putting on at Canyon Meadows. And I remember my question to him was, why in the world would you want me to go to that? I'm not going to be a pastor. I'm not going to be president. I'm not going to be a dentist. But I know I'm not going to be a pastor. And he goes, well, they'll pay your way, so you should just come anyway. So I went with great reluctance. And I remember the first day at Canyon Meadows, as everybody arrived, there was a missionary, American Baptist missionary named Lauren Noren. I don't know if you remember that name. And he was my roommate, okay? So they like set me up. So this guy had been under house arrest by the communists for I don't know how many years, and all he had was like a Bible and a hymnal, and he was just full of the joy of the Lord. And so every day I'm with Lauren Noren, right? And he's just sharing just the joy of God. And there was ministers who were just a couple years into their pastorate, and there were ministers about a year away from retiring. And away from their congregations, they really got to let their hair down and share a lot of the heartache and as well as the exhilaration. And I remember telling them on Friday night, I said, I'm going to watch you guys like a hawk, because I don't know why I'm here. I'm not supposed to be a pastor, so thanks for the free weekend at Canyon Meadows. And by Sunday morning, as we were closing out, I asked to share again, and I said, hearing all of your stories and being with people like Lauren, all of my dreams of my own future, material comfort, all of that, it pales in comparison to what you experience. And so I don't know if that constitutes a call from God, but even though this is something until this moment I've never imagined for myself, I believe that God's calling me to be a pastor. And I became one of the first recipients of the Asian Caucus Scholarship, helped me go to seminary. And I've been serving Evergreen Baptist Church for 31 years now. And I can't imagine doing anything else. It's been an amazing ride. I can kind of see leaving, at least pastoring the church now in the foreseeable future. And unexpectedly, this conference, where I'm going to be the Bible teacher on Tuesday, God's been speaking to me about what's coming next in my life. So I just want to encourage you that sometimes even failure, those closed doors that some of the speakers have been talking about, it's God's way of pushing you in a direction that you've never thought of. Thank you.